Welcome back, squad. It is awesome to have you guys back on the channel. Yesterday I was supposed to do a YouTube video, but I got caught up in a bunch of client engagements. People wanted to cash out Bitcoin, buy Bitcoin, and all of this. So I got that all sorted, and I'm coming back at you today with some solid content. Now, today I want to go over a bunch of things that I have learned over the amount of time that I've been in the space. So about 3 years or so, I've been heavily involved in crypto. And I want to go through several topics. So the first thing is buying Bitcoin. The next thing is cashing out Bitcoin. Bitcoin tax laws, mining cryptocurrency, blockchain gaming, and technical analysis with TradingView. Now, I am a day trader. And that is, one of my professions. So I'm going to dive into that as well. And, yeah, we'll kind of go from there. Let's get into it. So let's talk about buying Bitcoin. Now, generally, one of the best ways to get Bitcoin is buy it from someone that is local to you for a low percentage. Now, low percentage is generally 5% and under. If you can buy Bitcoin at that percent, then you're doing pretty good. Exchanges might charge a little bit more, but that is the best way to do it. Now, the other option is that you buy it online, right? And there are two websites that I've used recently for cashing out clients and also buying Bitcoin. Now, one of your options is Coinsquare. Now, Coinsquare usually works pretty good. As of late, I've had some problems with them. And basically what it comes down to is I was unable to authorize devices. So Coinsquare usually sends you an email to authorize a new device to log into your account. The website just didn't send me any emails. So I had some issues there, but it usually works for most people. Now, what did I find most reliable? Coinbase. Coinbase has been really consistent. It works really well. You log in, give them your ID and your utility bill and all of the regular information for an exchange that you would use to verify yourself. And then at that point, you can deposit money through your bank account. And there's multiple ways to do that as well. And then you can purchase Bitcoin. Now, the beautiful part about Coinbase, and I just tried this yesterday when cashing out a client, was that selling Bitcoin for fiat and then depositing it into your account is a very seamless process. It works really well and it works really fast. So yesterday, what I did is I sold Bitcoin on Coinbase, and what Coinbase does is it forwards the funds to your PayPal account where you have your bank account linked, right? So you fire the fiat funds over to PayPal. PayPal sends it to your bank account. And then at that point, you're ready to go. Now, yesterday when I did this, that all happened in about 15 minutes. So 15 minutes, the Bitcoin was sold and the funds were already sent into that person's bank account. So that's how quickly this works. There's not much of a delay. They say that there's going to be about a day or two delay, but it happened within 15 minutes. So I'm a big fan of this method. 15 minutes. So I'm a big fan of this method. So this is another one that I get really often, and it is Bitcoin tax laws. So how do you process this? Now, basically what you do is you report it as a capital gains. So it works like any regular investment. If you make gains on your Bitcoin, then you have to report it as capital gains. If you lose on your Bitcoin investment, then it's called a capital loss. And if you guys have any questions about how that works, I can give you a bit of information in the comments below in the video, and we can go over that a little bit, but by no means am I a tax advisor. I'll just tell you what I know. All right, so let's jump on to the next topic, mining cryptocurrency. So mining cryptocurrency isn't really profitable anymore as the days were in 2017 when I started out. You could mine with graphics cards and get $100 a day per card. And now you with an RX Vega, which is a pretty high-end card, you can get about 51 cents a day. So it's not really profitable anymore. And what I personally suggest, and from what I've learned over the time that I've been in the space, is that it is actually more efficient to take the money that you would invest into mining and put it right into Bitcoin. Because if you buy mining rigs, you're going to put time into setting them up. You're going to put money into the power consumption of the cards, and then you also put money into the cards themselves, which sell for less after you've been mining for so long. So instead, just put your money into Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, the top coins. Now, the other thing is what another thing that I suggest, or that I've learned over the amount of time that I've been in the space, is that it is better to invest money into the top coins. Now, for clients that I've done work with, they always have the highest returns on the top coins. On the smaller coins, it's more often than not that they lose about half of what they invested. Okay, so that is another thing that I've learned while being in the space. So blockchain gaming, let's get into it. So now, blockchain gaming, the games are pretty fun, but they're still a little buggy and they're still a little simple. Now, that goes without saying for a lot of games except for Gods Unchained. So Gods Unchained is a really great game. I have a lot of fun playing it. And it actually runs off of the Ethereum blockchain. So your digital collectibles are stored there, and the more you play, you can unlock card packs and such like that. So hopefully, I think we're going to see more games that are developed better and they work more seamlessly in the future. So, but I would definitely suggest try out some blockchain games. There's a really good site called DApp Review, and it will show you all of the different games that are on different blockchains like Tron and Ethereum and stuff like that. And, a lot of them are gambling games and stuff like that, but some of them are actually pretty decent. Like there's Dragon Castle and stuff. So give them a shot, see if they're any good, right? And I think you might be surprised. So now let's get into TradingView. So now if you ever want to go ahead and start looking at charts and start doing day trading and all of this, this is where I've found the most profit is in the crypto space. You can do really well by getting into this space if you have an aptitude for it. So there are several indicators that I use when I do my trading and my analysis before establishing my positions, but the ones that I like the most are the MACD and the RSI. So when it comes down to this, what I can see is a lot of correlating factors, right? So factors that relate to each other, which generally indicate one outcome. Now, for the RSI, what I can see here is that on the bottom here, this is the 30 percentile, and then on the 70 percentile, we can see that, it's kind of sitting on the bottom, right? And if it's sitting on the bottom and it passes this 30 percentile range, that means that there's going to be more often than not a major price drop, right? And if it hits the top, we're going to see a major price rise, but there's usually a bit of rejection. As you can see here, we start to get near the top and then we fall off and we see a major price drop. So as you can see, we started off here 9,100, it went all the way up to 9,300, and then it dropped off. And again, that is that rejection here on the RSI indicator here, right? So The other thing that I look at is the MACD, and I really like the 15-minute intervals. They seem to be really accurate for the spans of my trades. Now, for the MACD, I like this a lot because when I see that the blue line starts to cross this orange signal line, that generally indicates a very large increase in price. Now, if the blue line crosses over the signal line downward, then that indicates a price drop, as you can see here. And then you can see we're developing a bit of an arc here at the bottom. Now, if this crosses over this signal line, we'll see a price rise, probably roughly about 9,100, I'm going to say, once these two start crossing. And then you'll see an increase here up to about middle on the RSI. So those are the indicators that I like to use, and you can very easily just jump into TradingView, sign up for an account. Everything's free. Just literally type RSI in here, relative strength index, add that in, and then add in your MACD right here, and then you'll have the exact same indicators that I use for all of my trading. They're relatively consistent, and I've proven to be profitable as well on a consistent basis. So those are the tools that I use for trading. These are what I have learned to work with within the last 3 years that I've been in the space. And that basically brings the conclusion to the video. I think there's a lot to learn in this space. There's a lot of areas to grow, and it's a very exciting industry, and the potential for growth and gains in this space are astronomical. So I definitely suggest that if you're not involved in cryptocurrencies or you're new to it, leave some comments down at the bottom of the video and I will get back to you. I love answering your guys' questions. And thank you guys so much for tuning in today, and I hope you all stay regular. Take care, guys.